Hi, welcome to Southwest Coaching's YouTube channel, where we have bite-sized coaching tools and techniques to hopefully make everyone's life easier. I'm Dee Wilkinson, and today we're going to talk to you about emails and how we can stay focused on our agenda. So for those that are lucky enough to have holidays, I often get queries saying, Dee, I've come back from holiday, I've got 50 emails, 350 emails, 3,000 emails, and I just find it really overwhelming and I get pulled all over the place. How can I stay focused on what it is I need to do? So today we're going to talk about a really simple tool that can be helpful to manage that. So it may be worth just pausing this for a moment and going to grab some pen and some paper. Okay, so one of the first things to think about is when we want to start our day is how are we feeling? We need to turn up and show up sort of feeling energized, ready to go, positive, have that headspace and good feeling. So setting yourself up in a good headspace is a great thing to think about. So maybe go for a run, go for a walk, a brisk walk, get your endorphins going, have a really healthy breakfast and think about how am I showing up today? How, am I ready for work and to tackle the things I need to tackle? So, well, that's one of the first things. So with your pen and paper, the next thing is to think about the strategy. So we get consumed by so many things that take our attention, especially with modern technology. And I use the analogy of a river sometimes. So if you imagine a river in front of you and there's thousands of bits and pieces going through it, and you're trying to sort of catch all of them, you're going to run out of steam and you're never going to catch all of them or do everything that's sort of going past. So we need to sit on the river bank for a moment and think about, okay, what am I going to be measured against in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in a year's time? You know, when I look back, or my boss and I look back over the past 3 months, 6 months, what are the key deliverables that I'm going to be measured against? So we're going to create, on our bit of paper, we're going to create 6 columns. So I'm just going to put a slide up so you can see that. So this is our sort of overview strategy. So in the first column, we're going to have the projects. So what are all the things that we're actually having to manage and deliver on? What are we working on? It might not be projects per se, but it's what's your responsibility? What do you need to deliver on? In the third column, we're going to have people. And then in the very last column, we're going to have priority. So we start off by thinking, okay, so what are the projects? Let's list them out. And then we want to think in the next column, we need, what are the 3 things that are going to advance that for us? And this is before we go anywhere near our inbox. Okay, so what are the 3 things next to the projects that we're looking at that we need to do to advance those projects? And then in the next column, people. So who are we waiting on? Who are the key people that we're waiting on for information for those projects, and put that in next to the projects. And then the next column, reaching out. So who do we need to contact in order to get the information that we need to move that project forward? That's going to, what's going to take us a step forward? Who do we need to reach out to? And then in the very last column, we've got keeping from. So who is keeping us from that information at the moment? What's getting in the way? So anything or anybody you can think of to go in there, basically. So people, just a quick recap. Who am I waiting on for information and movement? Who am I reaching out to for information and movement? And who is keeping me from moving forward? Get those in the people. The last column in priority, we need to list 5 or 10 priorities that you must do today in order to move your own agenda forward. Okay, so these are the things that's going to keep you on track, that's going to keep you delivering. When you look back, these are the priorities that you will have done to keep things on track and going forward. Now you can go to your inbox, to your email inbox. And the very first thing you do is click on the to from button, and you want to list everybody in their name. So you get sort of 5 emails from one person, 10 emails from the next person. But what that does is stop all those shouting voices and get them into an orderly fashion so that you can see everybody and the information that's there. And Then the first thing you do is look down that list and for all the information, see, is there any information there that you're waiting for? So that's the first thing you need to go into go back to your column. Who has emailed you with information that you need in order to move your agenda first? And then emails those that you need information from in order to move your agenda forward. So what information has arrived that can help you? Who do you need to email that you need information from? And at that point, close your inbox again. It's hard to do and it takes a bit of training, but that's the best thing that you can do to help yourself. And then finally, do the work that needs to be done, and then look at your projects and go back through the same process. And then at the end of the day, if you have any time left, you can look at the other emails that are there and other people's agendas and think, okay, how can I help someone else that needs information from me? I can now work on their agenda because I've got the key points and I've worked on what I need to do for mine. So it's a useful grid, and it does take some practice, but this strategy and overview is, what do I need to do to move my agenda forwards first? Because there are so many people out there that all ordinarily need a piece of us to move their agenda first. It's very easy to get sucked into that, and we lose sight of actually what we should be delivering and staying very focused because of this huge distraction. So I hope that's been helpful. Give it a go. I'm very happy to have some feedback on how that went. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.